In this pick a card reading, we're going to look into the Akashic Records for what you're finally ready to know. And this will help you move in the direction your higher self wants to take you in right now. We're going to look closer at the 3 piles in just a moment, so you can tune in and see which of them is for you. Just know that you might be drawn to more than one pile, even possibly all 3, because there could be messages in each of them for you. So know it's okay if you can't choose which one you want, and just watch all of the ones that you're attracted to. That way you'll get all the messages meant for you. As always, take what resonates, discard what doesn't, and I put the links below in the description so you can jump right to the readings that you are attracted to. So let's have a look at our 3 piles. Welcome to the 3 piles. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. For pile 1, we have an Aqua Aura Lemurian seed quartz, as you can see by all the lines on it. And this is about accessing the Akashic Records. And for the card, we have the Child of Visions. For pile 2, we have the Snowy Quartz, which is about accessing your higher wisdom. And for the card, we have the Fairy Wind. And for pile 3, we have the Lapis Lazuli, and that's about gaining deeper insight into your soul's journey. And for the card, we have the 7 of Challenges. So go ahead, see which pile or piles that you are drawn to. The links are down below in the description. And I will see you at 1 or possibly all 3 readings. Welcome to the reading for pile 1. This is the Child of Visions and the Aqua Aura quartz. And there might be more details for this if you want to go and look it up elsewhere in case you feel you have more messages from that one. But the Child of Visions, this is all about going back to our childhood innocence and getting into nature and the wonder of all sorts of things and just being you. So we're going to look more into that. The first thing I'm going to do is to draw an oracle card to go along with this pile. And for this, we have Helix Eye of God, which is about protection. And this is about seeing the world from a new perspective. It's like the world within this galaxy sort of symbol almost. And there we are, we can climb up and see it. We can see everything from this higher perspective that will allow us to have a different viewpoint on things. And yes, there's the protection, but it's about realizing that we are part of this whole. We're not just singular. We are part of everything. We're all interconnected. We're all one. And this is the way that, sort of the higher beings, source, the universe, whatever you want to term it, God, this is how we are seen there. We are all one, and we are all loved and protected within this space. So let's have a look at what it is that you're finally ready to know from the Akashic Records. So we're going to let's have 3 cards initially from this deck and see what it is, what 3 things you're finally ready to know that your higher self knows already and is wanting you to realize, some of which you may be already semi-aware of, or you may not be already semi-aware of, but let's have a look. 3 things that you are finally ready to really know about why you're here, what's in the Akashic Records, what you've learnt before. One, 2, and 3. So we have, let's have a look at these separately. We have the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is all about you're ready to get going on your journey, on your soul path. This is like your action item. This is what you came here to do. And you have all the information you need. You now have all these passions, and the universe is saying, right, now is the time to take action. You've got the passions, you know what you're doing, and you have all this information, like just like the seed crystal, there's all these little lines everywhere. You have now this information downloaded into you. Now is the time to start taking action and actually bringing what you came here to do to life. And one of the things you came here to do, the 8 of Pentacles reversed, is you didn't come here to work, basically. It's about following these passions. You came here to move from apprentice to master. You have a lot of, I would say, past lives. I know now there is no time, everything is happening now, but your oversoul has a lot of other lives going on, obviously all at the same time. And some people see these as past lives. And so you've had a lot of these. And in this lifetime, you are here to graduate, basically. You have spent a long time learning all the different skills that you've been here to learn, perfecting what it is you do. And this is going to be the graduation. It's time to step up and stop being that apprentice and start being that master, and start taking action on being that master. Because you've made the mistakes, you've learnt what you need to learn now. So the other one I have is the 7 of Wands. And again, this is kind of supporting this. You've had a lot of other sort of alts, is what I want to call them, alternative timelines with, like, your oversoul is saying, you know, well, you've got that soul there, you've got that soul there, that soul in. And it's all bits of your soul that are out there having different lives all at the same time. And all of these are going on, and they're all going, yeah, they're all pointing at this guy saying, yes, this is the one, this is the highest one because he's higher than all the others. This is your graduation, your higher timeline. And at the moment you seem to be fighting it a little bit, which tells me that you've probably got a bit of self-doubt, maybe some worthiness stuff that you need to work through. But this is very much you moving forward to be that person that you came to be. So we still haven't found out much about what the exact skills are that you came to do, or the path that you came here. So let's ask, I have one card on what is it you came to do, and a second card on your skills. I think that sounds like quite a good question. Actually, let's have 2 cards. Let's have another 3 cards. So one is a description of your path, and the next 2 are going to be the 2 biggest skills you've come here to work on, to graduate with, to take action on. So let's have a look at those. Okay, so the path, first skill, second skill. So what it is that you came here to do, we have the 6 of Cups reversed. So this is all about not thinking about the past, and realizing that there is no time, there is no past, there is no future, there's just now. So part of what you came here to know is that there is no time. And I know it's a concept that is going to be hard for people to understand here, because we all have watches and so on, and we're all quite used to the fact that everything happens in a linear progression. But once you get to the higher realms, that's not the case. Everything happens in the now. And this is about reminding you to drop this past and drop your connection to time, exit out. And don't become emotionally attached to things. It's not a case of, well, I used to do this, or I used to know these people or anything. It is what's going on now. So this is about severing your connection to time. And that's part of what you came here to learn, which again is part of this graduation, because somebody who is still in the Earth School is going to be attached to this concept of time. And as you move out of it and graduate, you have to let go of that concept. So that is what this lifetime is largely about. It's about advancing enough that you let go of this concept of time being real, basically. It isn't. We only have, sort of 5 seconds kind of thing, 2 in the past right now and 2 in the future, so that you can sort of adjust as you go. But that's it. There is only now. So you have to let go of that concept, and that's what you came here to work on. And that's probably why you're a bit defensive at the moment with this, because it is a tough concept to get your head around. So the skills, the 2 biggest skills you've got, the first one, we have the devil reversed. So to this, to me, this says you are actually pretty good at becoming unattached to things. You're no longer sort of chained to ideas, so that will make this easier for you. However big a concept this is, you are used to letting go and just going with the flow rather than being rigid and being locked into the structure of society and what you should and shouldn't do. So that will make it easier, and that's one skill that will support what you came here to do. The second skill that you have is the sun. And for this is more sort of like about being in the flow, being happy, just following your passions. And like a child, you're just in the moment. So again, this is another skill that you have, that you've built up over, in your oversoul over all these lifetimes. This is another skill that will help you let go of this concept of time. So you are really here to literally graduate and become a much higher vibration being. Obviously your soul, has your unique, authentic, very, very, very high vibration. We are all connected. We are all one. And so you are just as high as every single other person in the universe. But when we come under the veil, we are limited. And so this is our graduation from this veil. And these 2 skills do help you do that. So what else are you ready to know right now? Actually, I'm going to choose a different deck. I'm going to choose this deck. So let's have another couple of cards. What is it? What's 2 things that you are ready to know right now, given that you have this information? What 2 things are you ready to know now that you know why you're here and what your 2 biggest skills are that are supporting that reason that you're here? So, 2 cards. There we go. Them up there. And we have the Six of Swords. And what you're ready to know is it's time to move forward into your role. Your role is now helping others. Your role isn't here like, sort of most of the 3D people on earth are me first and then think about others. Whereas you're now here to sort of reverse that. You're in the now. What is it? And each moment you're supposed to be doing. And that could be, for this one, that you are helping others. It could be that you are growing, and learning something, whatever it is. But you are here to help other people move up. And you're going to do that by, these are your thoughts and beliefs. And when you raise them up, you are going to affect other people because they will see that difference in you and it will reflect back to them like this moon is sort of reflective. It will reflect back to them what your newer higher state is, your new beliefs, your new outlook on life, and they will see that and they will want to sort of change and move higher themselves. So just by you sort of learning this and using these skills, you will change your thoughts and beliefs, your mindset, and you will therefore be able to help others like raise up as well. Obviously not directly because that is their choice and their soul's path. So you don't know what they're ready for and so on. But if you change yourself, the right people that you are here to help will be attracted to you and will want to join you on that upward path like this, upwards. So the other thing that you are here to know, we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. And what this is saying to me is, again, it's very linked with this. It's time to harvest what skills you've, sort of learnt along the way, your passions, and these two big skills that you came here to learn to do your life path. It's time to sort of reap that harvest. And we have a nicely plentiful harvest, and you're having a look at the fruits of what you've been doing. And it is time to bring them into your life and consolidate those lessons that you've learned. Really sit down and examine what it is that you have learned every single day. Every time you have an encounter, what are you learning from it? Every time that you, read a book, watch a video, anything that gives you new insights, it's time to harvest that knowledge, that sort of feed that back into your life, because that will create that circle of you getting new knowledge and responding to it and getting new way of behavior and, again, changing what you do, because this is what's going to help you grow faster. So that's one of the things that you're ready to know, is you have all this information inside of you, and it is now time to start looking inside and learning it from all these experiences and start pulling it out of you rather than looking outside or back in time in a past life or this life or into the future or other guides. You're here to be this master now and graduate. So you have these experiences, and it's time to start looking at these patterns in your life and seeing what connects with what, and start making these intuitive leaps so that you can really raise up and jump up the ranks and graduate. And this is the action that you're here to do. And part of that is being the child and not being attached, and not being worried, so that you can forget about time. Time doesn't exist. And actually just put everything you've learned into a place that you can then grow with. So I'm going to draw one last card from another deck for an overall look at things. Or what do we want to know? What else might we want to know? Maybe something that we let go of. What is it time to let go of? I think that sounds like a reasonable question. That's something I should probably want to know. So, knowing all of this, what is it time that we let go of, other than time itself? So what is it that we need to be aware of, that we need to let go of? Okay. And I'm just going to put that over there. This is the Page of Wands reversed. So what this says to me is it's time to start looking inwards. Stop seeing all these points of view outside of you. Stop seeing all these pieces of information outside of you. All the YouTube videos, all the books, the seminars, the course, you name it, all these other things that you think will get you what you need. Everything you need is inside you. So rather than looking outwards, it's time to look inwards, which is why this is reversed. And it is time to start doing what we said here, which is examining everything within you and coming to the conclusions from that, rather than trying to take in yet another point of view from outside. Because taking other people's point of view, well, that could be towards their path, not your path. And it might be for their skills, not your skills. Whereas everything within inside you is for you. And that's it. No one else. It doesn't matter. I mean, other people might get stuff from it, and eventually you might become a teacher of it, and that's totally fine. But you are now at the point, just as you are graduating, that it's time to take yourself as your own guide, your own teacher, your own mentor, and reach inside. And the communication comes from inside. Start asking your higher self that knows everything, is connected to everything, is part of Source, and knows everything you need to know with your passions. And again, wands are passions. So stop looking outside of yourself. Stop looking, at past, present, future, and just concentrate on these patterns inside you and what you need to learn from your higher self going forwards. And that is off the side. So I'm going to put that this side. If this resonated, drop a like, subscribe, and comment below. I'm Karen from Soul Driven Tarot, and I'll see you in the next pile or the next reading. Okay, welcome to the reading for pile 2. This is the one with the snowy quartz, which is about accessing your higher wisdom. If you want to look up snowy quartz, you might find more information if you feel attracted to that. And the card that you picked is the Fairy Wind. And this is all about your guides taking you to a new secret place. Other people know this already, and now your guide's saying, hey, come on, it's your turn. It's time to go to this new place. So that is the energy of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull an oracle card. And for this, we have Cygnus, compassion. So some of what the Akashic Records is saying for you is this lifetime's about compassion. Sorry if you can hear the storm outside. And it is about self-compassion. This swan is hugging this guy. So it is about being compassionate with yourself, not just others. You have to include yourself as well. So that is something that you need to be aware of in this life, is not just looking out for other people and making everything external, but actually give yourself that same compassion. So look at your inner thoughts, your inner words, and make sure that you're talking to yourself and thinking of yourself as you would want to think of other people and other people to think of you. Don't just sort of be nice to other people and then, be horrible to yourself and beat yourself up. Have a lot of self-compassion. So what is 3 things that we need to know around this? Just want 3 cards. 3 things we want to know around this and the Akashic Records that you are finally ready to hear. Two and 3. So, first thing we have is the Page of Pentacles reversed. So again, this is very similar to compassion. Look inwards and start loving yourself, adoring yourself, lifting yourself up, because it's time to start addressing how you see yourself. And you are very clearly going to this new place and you're accessing this higher wisdom. And to do it, you have to start treating yourself like you're worthy of this and deserving of this, and you are good enough for this. And if you are sitting there with some negative self-talk, then you are basically contradicting yourself if you think you're ready for it, which you are. But you are contradicting yourself, which the universe is going to be like, we'll go all in on giving you what it is that you are wanting and excited about and here to have. But then we'll stop doing it because you don't think you deserve it yet. But then we're going to go and do this. But you don't deserve it yet. And you don't get anywhere. It's that stalemate. So you have to start being a lot more compassionate with yourself and start lifting yourself up in your own eyes. It doesn't have to involve anybody else. Nobody else needs to know, just like they can't tell what you're thinking for the most part. You need to really start adoring yourself and loving every aspect of yourself, physical, mental, emotional, the whole works. And you need to start cherishing everything about yourself. We also have the 9 of Pentacles reversed. And this again is about, given these cards, it's about being grateful for everything you have, sort of internally. And that will help you with this self-compassion and valuing yourself. Start listing out the things that you love about yourself. Really detail them out and honor them, cherish them. It makes you internally rich with that peace, that love, that harmony. And this is where this inner peace comes from, is really not having that conflict within yourself. So you really want to sort of start examining your inner world and start being grateful for everything that you are and honor it and being compassionate about, there's going to be bits right now that you don't like, but that's what you're here to sort of transform. And then we come to Death reversed. And again, that's about transforming this. So there might be bits that you don't like that you have to be compassionate about with yourself right now. But start looking inwards, and being grateful for all the bits that you love puts you in a state, and honoring you will put you in a state that you'll be able to transform them, and you'll start seeing yourself in a new light. and that will take you along this new path. So that is a large part of why you came here to, what you came here to learn and what's going on with you right now. So let's have a look specifically. I'm going to do the same as in the other piles, and we're going to have one card that is what you were here to learn. So one card on what it is that you came into this life to learn, and then 2 cards on your biggest skills that are here to help you work that out and learn this, because this is what's going to be recorded in the Akashic Records, is what the purpose of this lifetime is for you, what you came to learn, and then 2 other cards, 2 skills that you have, your biggest skills that will help you with this mission. Okay. 2, 3. So, what you came here for, we have the Hangman. So you came here specifically to grow. And part of that is moving into love, because love is a higher vibration. And again, this backs up these, you've got to transform the bits you don't love and start being compassionate and grateful and adoring of yourself. And this will help you grow, because you are here to really grow and grow to the highest amount, not just a little bit, but this is a life focus, this spiritual lessons. You're learning a lot of spiritual lessons. You've come here to contemplate stuff. You've come here to really progress in this lifetime, and become this spiritual being rather than just a being who happens to be having a life. You are this spiritual being, and you've come here to really sort of embody that. So your first biggest skill that will help you do this, we have the King of Pentacles reversed. And what this tells me is it's about letting go of the physical aspects of things. In this one, the guy's hung himself upside down so he can see things from a new perspective. And for this, you need to do the same. One of your skills is letting go of the physical aspects of things. You're very good at going into the spiritual realms, going into the astral realm and so on, and moving around and communicating with your guides and letting go of this physical aspect of yourself. And that is seriously going to help you on this path. You've got the skills you need to get the spiritual knowledge that you're seeking, and you have access to your higher self, so you have access to this wisdom. And it's interesting, we have 3 pentacles all reversed, so they're all saying let go of the physical. It's not about the physical in this life for you, it's about this spiritual growth and transformation. So the second skill is the Tower reversed. And let's have a look closer at this. It's about doing some really big changes, which again, death is about big transformations and big changes. So you are actually really good at coping with change, and it's one of your strengths that is going to help this. So you're not going to be hanging on to the past, and you're not going to be hanging on to your beliefs. You're willing to just throw things out the window and reevaluate everything, change on a dime. And that's what happens when you start getting higher and higher vibration, because you will suddenly realize that all these beliefs you've had during your life, they're either not yours or they just don't serve you anymore, or both. And so you have to be okay to change. And when you learn a new thing, it does make you reevaluate everything. And sometimes it is a drastic change. And it might turn your world completely upside down. But you seem to be good at this, which is great. Because this is really going to help you do this and do this rapidly. So let's grab a different deck. And what are two things specifically that you came to know about from the Akashic Records that you are finally ready to know about? So two cards, two specific things you are finally ready to know, given all of this. So we have the Knight of Cups, and what that tells me is you are ready to move into these higher vibrations, and you are ready to come from love. So you are ready to move into 5D if you aren't already, and you are certainly ready to embrace a lot more heart-centered looking at things. And it has to be yourself first that you have to look at through your heart. But you are ready to spread the love around the world and, you know, see things from 5D so that you can do these changes and let go of the physical and move into, you know, what you're here to do, which is to grow and grow into this beautiful spirit that you are meant to be. And you already are. You're just covering it up with this self-doubt. And we also have the Page of Swords reversed. I'm not very good at reading upside down. So the Page of Swords reversed. So this is the other thing that you came here to know. You're finally ready to know, sorry. You're finally ready to make a stand. You've got all the knowledge. You've spent time getting this knowledge. You've spent time getting the wisdom that you've got. You've taken the action, and now you're ready to stand up and actually do it. And part of that is moving into 5D or higher, but you're actually ready to let go of everything else, reevaluate yourself, make the changes, throw out the beliefs that don't go with you any longer, move away from the physical and actually grow. Massively grow, and it's time that you are ready to do that. Now is your time, is basically what this is saying. You are ready, and you are ready to embody what you came here to do, which is be this beautiful high vibration being that you are, and actually get it out there into the world. So I am going to grab a third deck, and we're going to have one card and have a look overall at what it is you're ready to let go of then, so that you can do all of this, you know, with the skills you have and, you know, not the new knowledge you have and so on, and knowing what your path is. What do you need to let go of in order to do that? I just want one card. And it's a big storm out there. Lots of changes. For some reason, when there's lots of changes around, it's always a big storm. So what are you ready to let go of? Okay, so we have the Hermit, and what this says to me, you are ready to let go of having outside of teachers. You are ready to be your own teacher and your own guide, and let go of external gurus, if you like, which ties in again with this, because you're ready to let go of these books. You're ready to, you know, sort of embody everything you've already learnt and actually got through, you know, sort of your meditations and everything you've turned inwards for, and all the transformations, and you're ready to be your own teacher. So you're ready to let go of these other teachers and realize that your higher self knows everything, and all you have to do is connect to it. And it is you. It is an aspect of you, like you are an aspect of it. And it is time to embody that instead of looking externally for you. And to do that, you've got to love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you can't think that you are good enough to teach yourself. So it comes down to this compassion for yourself and this self-love and the gratitude. It kind of all weaves in together. And to get here, you need to stop looking outside yourself and start looking inwards. And that will help you move to where you are supposed to go. If this resonated, drop a like, subscribe, and comment below. If you'd like a personal reading, the link is also in the description below. I'm Karen from Soul Driven Tarot, and I will see you in the next pile or the next video. Okay, welcome to the reading for pile 3. This is the one with the lapis lazuli, and that is all about gaining deeper insight into your soul's journey. So if that draws you in, go and research that in case there's a message in there for you. And we have this for this one, the 7 of Challenges. And this is all about letting go of the stuff, the physical stuff you no longer need, that ties you down, because the more attachments that you have, then the more attachments to your vibration, and so it pulls it down a bit. So it's about letting stuff go and being okay with just letting it go. Give it away, whatever, it doesn't matter. And obviously not anything that you use or love, but the stuff that you no longer need. And that includes the thoughts, the emotions, the traumas, everything that you no longer need, that no longer serves you, just let it go. It's time to be okay with letting that go. So let us have a look. I want 3 cards that are going to tell us a bit more about why you're here, what you came to learn, what's in the Akashic Records for you. Oops. And 3 cards. Cards while you're here. So, those right. Okay, so we have the Chariot. And what this is saying to me is you're here again to be more in charge of your life. Things might be, sort of like your emotions might be pulling you off this way, your thoughts pulling you off another way. The system that you've grown up in, sort of like your culture, your family beliefs, your school beliefs, everything is all sort of overlying it all. And it's time for you to step in and be the one in charge instead, which ties in with this of letting the things go that no longer serve you. You are not living, not physically, but you're not living in the same place as majority of people anymore. You have got up to this more higher spiritual view. So you are different from the people around you, and you are different from like what you learned and what society wants from you. And it's time to start putting yourself in the driver's seat and saying, this is the direction I'm going. That is not the direction I'm going. I'm the one in charge. So we also have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And this to me says that you are going to be, it's time for you to be a really good steward of what's going on inside of you, since this is reversed, and it ties in with this one. It is about really knowing what serves you and what doesn't serve you, and you as in your growth towards your authentic self. So what is it that serves you and what doesn't? And anything that doesn't, just it's time to let it go. Just like this card, just let it. That was a lot of lightning. Just time to let it just fall away. Send it into the earth. If you're grounding yourself, you put your energy down and into the earth, and really anything you don't want, just let it go, let it fall. And that's just what this is saying to me. It's time to just get rid of the stuff that isn't going to put you in charge of you and your life and your growth. And we also have the Four of Wands. And this to me is saying it's time for actually your soul family to welcome you. You've seen them, you can connect with them. You may or may not know who they are, kind of like you obviously know these ones but not these ones, so you might know some of them. But you're here at this gateway now that is, you're ready to step over as soon as you take control of your life and start letting go of the things you don't need and being this good steward of your environment. You'll be ready to step through this gateway and meet your soul family. And in case you're wondering if this is coming up for someone, that does not mean dying. That just means start meeting your soul family, the other souls who are here together with you, supporting each other and so on. And you've got this, I've never noticed that before, you've got this little bridge down here. So, you come in here and there's a little line here, so you obviously have to go around here. So there's going to be a little bit of a journey, sort of go around here, walk over the bridge, and then you're in this place. But it is close, you can see the end. You are obviously a very high vibration spirit that is ready to move to the next level. And this is just telling you that yes, it's time. You're ready for this. They're celebrating that, they're all here to meet you, and they're celebrating the fact that they're all here to meet you. So, and I forgot to do this for this pile, so we're going to do this now. I will draw an oracle card around this. I guess those things needed to come out first. So, let's have a look for an oracle card. That one feels right. And that's why it came out afterwards. We have blue snowball, whatever that is, and patience. This is about patience. You've still got to cross all this way over here to get to there, but you can see the end. So this time is about having patience, and it's the patience to look within yourself and the patience to take control of all the bits that are not working and then let them go and sort through it all. And this guy's also massively, massively patient. So I guess this is why it came out in this order. So yes, have patience when you start to think, oh, but everything is so slow. It isn't. You are going at the exact right speed you need to be going at, and you are sorting through things at the speed that you can sort through them at and make the most of them. So just be patient with yourself. It is all happening and you are so nearly there. So let's have a look. We want 3 cards. Well, the first card is going to be what it is you came here to learn from the Akashic Records that will tell you, sort of what it is you're ready to know. So this is what you came here for, the first card. And the second and third card are going to be 2 skills, the biggest skills that will help you do this, and do this, whatever you want to call it, mission, path, purpose, doesn't matter. So 3 cards, what you came here to do, and the 2 biggest skills supporting you to do it. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Interesting, they are all sorts cards. So it's all mental, thoughts, mindset. And what you came here to do was to clear up that mindset, to take that blindfold off, to start seeing what no longer serves you, that you can let go of so that you can be this person in control. It's no longer about duality. It's no longer about this is what they want, this is what I might want, or that's what that person wants and that's what that person wants. It's all about you. It's time to start going, I don't need to worry about making decisions, I'm going my way. And there is only one way, that is my way, for the direction of your life and what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And this, it does require patience. You know, this lady is sat down for a long time with this blindfold on, trying to sort between these two thoughts or two decisions she has to make. And for you, it's time to stop doing that, and it's time to know yourself, really know yourself, and have the patience to know yourself and actually put yourself in charge, because then you know the one way, not the two ways. So what's here to support you? Your two biggest skills. The first one we have is the King of Swords. And that says to me that the biggest skill you have around this is you are very good at being truthful with yourself and others, obviously, but this is about you. You are very good at being honest and truthful with yourself. If something doesn't serve you, or you don't need a thing, you know about it, and you can be honest with yourself and say, yep, I really do need to let that go. So all you've got to do is actually do the act of letting it go and giving yourself the time to do it. However long it takes, again, that's up to you. You determine the speed of everything. So this is a massive skill that's going to help you get to this one place, because you can now be honest about your motivations, about your thoughts, about your beliefs, about what's serving you and what isn't. So the next skill you have is the Queen of Swords reversed. And this kind of almost backs this up to me. It's almost like that brutal honesty. You know, sometimes if it's a belief that you kind of know deep down and you're like, yeah, I've been questioning it for a while, it's good, it's got to go, it's not me. This one, however, is a bit more severe, and it's almost like the beliefs that have kind of held your life together so far. You've got to be brutally honest with yourself about those root causes. This is what it is. It's the root beliefs. So these are the beliefs on the top, and these are the beliefs that are at the bottom, driving all of these other beliefs that are keeping you from being you. They're probably from other people that you grew up as a kid being taught, family, religion, school, wherever it was you learnt them, peers. But you learnt these beliefs very early on, so they are very deep beliefs. And those are the ones that you need to be brutally honest with yourself about. And thankfully, this is a skill you have, not just being honest with yourself, but being brutally honest with yourself about these really, really old, deeply held beliefs, because both of those sides of things will get you to this. And since these overlap so much, I'm actually going to draw a third one so that we've got, see if we can get a different skill that you have, since those two are so close to each other. And this is obviously your one biggest skill. And it's just coming out in multiple forms. Again, letting stuff go, stop being chained to the past, stop being a good girl, a good society member, anything like that is keeping you this kind of like overall, sort of keep you down, kind of, what you should and shouldn't do and things. And this is about that. It's about letting go of it. And so this is obviously your biggest skill here, is seeing the truth and being absolutely brutally honest with yourself and able to let things go like you need to in this. And maybe this is where the patience comes in, because some of these deeply, deeply held beliefs, it's going to be brutal trying to sort through them and realize that no, this is one of the things pulling you off the path. This is not what works for you. So I'm going to leave that on that one. Let us pull another deck, and we'll have two cards that are exactly what you came here, that you are finally ready to know from the Akashic Records. Two specific things that you are finally ready to know about. So, two cards. finally ready to know from the Akashic Records? Finally ready to know. Finally. Okay. Okay, so we have, once again, the Knight of Pentacles. And it's interesting, they are one on top of the other. And reverse, they are mirroring each other, which is absolutely fascinating, I find. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, what you are here to know, finally ready to know. You're finally ready to realize that you're apart from other people and that you are kind of digging for gold in yourself, rather than looking outside to society as a whole to know what you need to do next. You're like, don't I take this step? And here's the gold that you've kind of like is part of you, and you're looking at it saying, is this my heart? Is it the right way forward? Is it the authentic me? And I guess this is where this patience comes in. You are having to sit down and examine yourself from the inside out and really look closely at yourself. It's okay to be different, and it's okay to not think and do the same as everyone else, because you're here on your own unique path, and it is something that you have to go. It is the one way, not the two way, not the multiple paths that you could take. It is the one way that is the best for you from your higher self. And the fact that you have to be brutally honest with yourself, this is showing me you actually being that brutally honest. You've taken this out and you're looking at it, you're examining it, you have the patience to do it. Do I keep it? Do I discard it? And each decision that you make is going to take you one step closer towards this authentic self in charge of your life. So the next thing that you are ready to know, finally ready to know, we have the Three of Pentacles. And what this says to me is you are finally ready to know that you are the one in charge, the one who is the master. She's the one who's sort of like writing on this board. The other two are learning from her. She's the one that is the person doing things, and you are finally ready to know, and it does tie in with this, that it is down to you and you only to determine which way you're going to go and what is valuable to you, what thoughts, beliefs, etc., stuff, what is valuable to you, and you are the only person who can tell this, not anybody else. Because of this, you're realizing this difference. So it's down to you to determine who you are, what makes you who you are, and you are now finally ready to realize that and finally step out from having to be like various things to other people, and actually determine what is your way forward and your way to be the one in charge of your life and in control of your direction, basically, and the path that you are going down. So let's have another look with another deck and have a look for what's something that you need to let go of that sort of, sums all this up, that will help you get to here. something you need to stop doing to move forward, basically, and because both of these guys are about travel, and yet both of them are stationary. And this guy, obviously, because same card. So again, I think that's interesting. And she's kind of momentarily just frozen. So it's, what do you need to let go of to start doing this? Is what I'm getting that we need to know here. So what do you need to let go of and stop doing? Okay. And we have the Six of Swords. So what do you need to let go of? You need to stop running away from these beliefs and your mindset and your thoughts. You need to actually sit down and address them rather than running from them, and do this sort of brutal honesty to let go of, because you're carrying all this stuff around with you and you need to let them go. But at the moment, it's almost like you're distracting yourself by moving. And again, this is another traveling card, which is interesting. So she again is traveling. She's got her baggage, but she's almost sort of running away and not wanting to look at it. You have the skills. These are things you're good at, is examining this and being honest with yourself. So you need to stop running away from actually doing this. I'm just going to move the whole of that over so that this one fits. Because at the moment, if this is what you need to stop doing, that tells me that right now, while you have this skill, and maybe this is why it's emphasized so much 3 times in 3 cards, that you have this skill of being honest with yourself and ability to let go easily. And yet you are still running somehow from these thoughts, because I don't know if they scare you or you're just so used to them. She looks pretty comfortable, so it could be that you're just so used to having them that they've become part of you. And that's part of why you're being told now you're finally ready to examine all of this, mirror it, sort of like, what's going on? Look inside. Does it work? Doesn't it work? Let it go if it doesn't work. And what you're doing right now instead is just running and holding on to it and distracting yourself with other things so that you don't have to look at them. So you need to stop letting things distract you so that you can do this work, because you're ready for it. It is time. It is time to be that leader in your life, that one driving force in your life. And it's time to let go of other outside forces pulling you in different directions and know the one way that is best for you. And it's fine. Have patience with yourself, because it's okay that you've run away from it up to now, even though these are your biggest skills. It's okay. Have patience with yourself. Listen to yourself. Really see what's going on and let go of anything physical, mental, emotional that needs to go, that doesn't belong to you, because this is going to move you towards where you want to be and meeting this soul family. If this resonated, drop a like, subscribe and comment below. And if you would like a private reading, the link is below in the description. I'm Karen from Soul Driven Tarot, and I'll see you in one of the other piles or the next video.